And Jill, thank you so much for joining us on Horizon.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's talk about the importance of toys, of activity with stuff for the little mind that's growing.
Well, stuff is important. Kids love to have items to play with, but one of the things that I get so excited about as I read the research about early brain development is it's not really about the stuff. It's about the relationship. It's about moms and dads connecting with their children one-on-one, lots of eye contact. Before we went on camera, you and I were joking about eye contact. It's something that all parents can do, all caregivers can do if they understand the importance of simple things like eye contact and FaceTime and responding quickly to the needs of a child. Those kinds of things have a much more elevated level of importance in what we now know are some of the factors that go to impact how a child's brain develops to its maximum potential.
And yet there are so many things on the market right now, from Baby Einstein to other stuff, and you hear play classical music and when the child takes a nap and these sorts of things. Does that stuff work?
Thank goodness we're finally doing research to show that it in fact probably isn't doing what parents had been led to believe. It's a perfect example of taking a little bit of information and the good old American entrepreneur making a lot of something out of information that although it may have some basis, certainly does not produce brilliant children. There is no one thing that you could say to a parent. There's no magic pill that you could say, all right, if you just do this, your child's going to be fine and they're going to be smart and they're going to go to Harvard or to ASU. So we need to get real. We need to understand that what children need they need people. They don't need televisions. The impact of watching television on the developing brain is way different than you and I watching television as an adult.
Is it to the point where you say no television for the little person?
Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics is quite clear. They say no television for a child under the age of 2.
Is there a threat, though, that when the child finally discovers television, they're glued forever? It's like, look at this brand new thing that everyone else has and I never had.
Well, see, we're always attracted to novelty, so that's probably going to happen at whatever time the child first sees TV. But what we know is that as those systems for future cognition are coming online in the very tiny little brain, as it's first actually growing itself. The brain, earlier in the segment, one of our instructors at New Directions was saying, the brain doesn't come fully developed like your heart or your liver or another part of your body. It literally grows itself through repetitive use and through experiences that the child is having. And so something like television has a detrimental effect before age 2, where maybe at age 5, it actually can be used as an educational tool. And I think it's very confusing to parents that they don't understand that difference. But the research is finally coming out. This summer in the Journal of Pediatrics was a wonderful study that showed that the Baby Einsteins of the world, all of the DVDs and so on that many parents have been led to believe that they can just put their 6-month-old in front of, actually delay the initial onset of language. Now, not that it's going to stay that way forever. One really important thing is that parents need to understand that it's never too late. The brain remains very pliable and plastic throughout the lifetime. And so, thank goodness, because you and I can continue to learn new things as we age. And that capacity of a brain to respond to its environment stays.
So in other words, people listening right now going, oh, I could pay more attention to my kid. I've got it. It's over now. It's not over now.
No,
start paying attention.
No, it's not over. You can start paying attention at any given time on a trajectory along the way. What we know is that brains respond when people pay lots of attention to the individual. And that's true really probably throughout our lifetime. And so the earlier that you get started doing what I call in the book Bright from the Start, the ABCs of early learning, attention, bonding, and communication. The earlier that you start working to assure that you are doing something purposefully every day to bond with your child, to let them know that you love them, to help them with attention, and then to talk with them a lot.
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you.
For more information on this and other stories, please visit our website at azpbs.org.